Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict Palantir stock. I am a swing investor. I don't consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 week to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Palantir stock continued its upward trend last week and hit a record high on Monday. The stock's rise was mainly driven by a series of positive news. Palantir announced last week that it will cooperate with specialty paper manufacturer Fedrigoni to use Palantir's artificial intelligence platform to advance its digital transformation. Last week, geopolitical tensions increased and the conflict between Israel and Iran continued to increase people's interest in defense-related stocks. In addition, Palantir signed a nearly $30 million agreement with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement earlier this year to enhance the agency's digital law enforcement tools. The stock has a large fan base, and it seems reasonable for the stock price to continue to rise driven by some positive news, but we also need to know that the stock is currently trading at a premium. These contracts will increase the company's future revenue, but its price-to-earnings ratio of 627 times is too high compared to the current price of $141 per share, which can easily cause panic selling. In comparison, Nvidia's price-to-earnings ratio is 46 times. We can see from the 30-minute chart of the stock. The stock price fluctuated violently between May 30th and June 5th. However, the stock price rebounded again at $118.90 and rose further. There should be a lot of money flowing in and out of the market here, but the bulls digested these chips. The stock is still rising in shocks in the past 4 days, but the trading volume is much less than that between May 30th and June 5th. This shows that as the stock price rises further, the market has become very cautious. Although the stock price is still expected to rise further, the pressure of the stock's callback continues to increase, so the profit space for going long on the stock again in the area above the current price may not be large. We can see from the position distribution of the stock. Most of the current positions of the stock are concentrated in the $119.60 to $133.50 area, while the current position volume of the stock in the $133.50 to $144.80 area is not large, but considering that the current position profit of the stock has reached 96%. This means that the funds flowing out of the market above $133.50 may be much higher than the funds flowing in. It is worth noting that the position volume of the stock below $119 is now decreasing as the stock price continues to rise, which shows that the long capital that entered the market at a low level has withdrawn from the market, which increases the risk of a sharp drop in the stock price. Of course, it seems that it is not easy for the shorts to significantly lower the stock price. When the stock price falls below $133.50, there is a high possibility that long capital will intervene in the stock again, but this does not mean that it is still a good opportunity to buy after the stock price pulls back. If the market sells off severely, the stock price may still fall further, and may even fall below the key support position of $119. In fact, the current price of the stock has not deviated too much from the 5-day moving average. Based on past price trends, the next target price for the stock should be around $154, but the upward pressure from capital selling seems to be getting more and more obvious. So I think it is more likely that the stock will fall 10% than if the stock price rises another 10%. Despite the stock's continued rise, some Wall Street analysts are not optimistic that the stock can continue to rise due to its extremely high price-to-earnings ratio. In the past 3 months, 11 analysts gave the stock a comprehensive rating of hold. Among them, the buy rating accounted for only 27.2%, while the hold and sell ratings accounted for 36.3% respectively. These analysts gave Palantir shares an average price target of $106.20, which is far below the current price. The highest price target for Palantir shares is $155, and the lowest price target is $40. U.S. President Donald Trump said, when he arrived in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, that he was not negotiating peace with Iran in any way, shape, or form. He accused Iranian leaders of being unwilling to reach an agreement on their nuclear program and said he was not willing to talk to them now. President Trump's attitude towards this matter is ambiguous because he wants to consider the issue comprehensively with the America First policy. But for Israel, the situation is imminent. Even if the United States reaches an agreement with Iran, it does not mean that Israel is safe. The agreement can be torn up at any time, and nuclear weapons can be secretly built. Once Iran has enough nuclear weapons, it will be too late. Israel's strategy of proactively attacking Iran's nuclear facilities seems to make the situation in the Middle East very dangerous, but it may also be the best solution to the problem of Iran's denuclearization. For the stock market, although investors do not seem to be afraid of the risks brought by the Middle East war, due to the current high level of the market index, the pressure of the callback continues to increase, and the market rises and becomes heavier. In this case, it is unlikely that the market will continue to push up the stock price. For Palantir stock, its stock price may rise further, but the upside is limited. In the current market environment, bulls may not be able to push the stock price above $150. I set the top price of this wave of upward trend of the stock at around $148. I think the stock is about to lose the momentum of the rise and enter a correction or downtrend. As for the target price, I would set it in the $119 to $133.50 area. Okay, guys, that's my price prediction for Palantir stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.